Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irongeek Cast number 164, Ides of April. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good. I'm doing good. Well, I'm doing so, but overall not too shabby. Jacked up the ulnar nerve in my elbow, so I have to wear a brace for a while, and hopefully that gets healed up.
Aside from injury, I'm about the same.
Yeah. And it really sucks, getting injured when you're not going like out and about, even more so.
Just injured around the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I saw some pictures your wife posted. It looked like y'all doing some yard work at least.
Yeah, and that aggravated it a lot more. So, and there's still more yard work left. So yeah, that's fun. We got our stimulus payment today.
I still have not, which sucks.
I don't think I got one. Then again, I don't know if I'm in the bracket to get one or not.
Do you make over $75,000 a year?
No. Well,
okay. Did you as of last year?
no, probably not last year. No, probably way below last year.
Okay, well then you should qualify.
Yeah,
It should go direct deposit to your bank, but they're making several waves. So
Yeah.
if you don't get it this one, it may come like a week or two later.
I was practically jobless for most of the year almost.
Well, no, it's basically what was your annual income at the very end of last year, because they're using last year's tax returns.
Or this year if you already filed.
Last year's, you mean 2018?
Yeah.
Yes.
I might be fucked then.
Did you file this year or 2019
I
yet?
gave it all to my accountants. We were probably delaying it because the post date is now what, July 15th or something.
Well, that's the drop dead date, but you can file it anytime.
I don't
after
think
January 1st. Okay.
But I probably check my mailbox today.
So you may miss out because I filed our taxes back in like January, but there was a definite change because we did have our second child last year, and we did get paid the full, I plus 2 children. So, yeah, at least there was a small benefit in getting your taxes filed super early this year.
Okay.
And I always do that just because don't want to give anybody an opportunity to steal my data and get my tax refund.
Yeah, I got mine, but it went to my old bank, so I called them up earlier and left a request for a callback because I need to get them out of there, and that's gonna be hard to do because they're back in California.
Oh yes, interesting, fun. So Adrian, how was your week?
Similar difference, different day. Have a few mental breakdowns, but other than that, I'm all right.
Yeah, there you go. Gone for any walks lately?
Oh, I did a bunch this. I was doing it during the week and last week, and now no, I've been incredibly lazy this week.
Yeah. Well, it got chilly too again, so which has sucked. It was nice this weekend or last weekend, for the most part.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it held down in the 40s again, or at least I think that was the temperature last I saw. 52 right now where I live.
We actually had some snow flurries and some ice coming down about an hour ago.
Yeah, back home, Minnesota got hit with a full winter storm, so full shebang.
Nice.
Hey, Cap,
your audio sucks. Yes.
You're distorted.
It's like this, Wilbur. Okay, I did take the announcements about all the different cons instead of us just repeating them, week after week in general announcements. I just did a pinned announcements, so we'll just keep them up there until they drop off the list. So at any point in time, somebody can just look at it and be like, okay, that's what's going on with that con. So
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, and Who's Your HackerCon? They're doing another webinar this Wednesday.
You mean tonight?
Fuck. Great.
I mean, it is Wednesday, so.
No, Thursday. It's Thursday every time. Got Bill
Okay.
Gardner lined up to do one here in a couple of weeks, but I am trying to bring up the website so I can actually see a gentleman's. I know his first name is Tyrone. I don't remember his last name now.
Tyrone. I don't know if I know any Tyrones. I feel like Jack would know some Tyrones.
Oh hell!
No, the only Tyrone I know is the one that like to fuck people's wives.
Oh, well, I hope that's not this particular.
Yeah, hopefully that's a different one.
This guy's name is Tyrone Wilson, and he's doing something on passive recon. Then we got Emily Coran up the week after that on data analytics and metrics for the win. Then after that, we have Pyro doing one. Luke McComb. I know the name Pyro. You're doing it wrong. Then we have John Raleigh Praver doing one on COVID-19 infrastructure. That's about various people scamming folks. Then we have our very own Charles BSD Bandit doing one on the 14th of May on back on my browser BBS basic browser hacking.
Nice.
And then Bill Gardner's after Charles.
Oh, okay, cool. So is it getting lined up pretty close? And is that the desire that there's going to be one guest speaker like every week?
That is what Scott wants to do.
Yeah, because that'd be pretty sweet.
I'm trying to line up people, but some people have given me talks or said they'll do it, but they don't actually give me information that I can actually post. Because I need a topic and a bio, you know?
Yeah.
If any of y'all want to do one, let me know and I'll put it in for Scott.
There you go.
Nice.
Speak again,
mic's
Cap. Yeah, it's
weird.
still flaky.
1 sec.
Oh, nice. I kind of feel like now that maybe that's what somebody with COVID sounds like. Whoa.
Why do you have headphones on your headphones? You have virtual headphones. Well, not virtual. You have CGI headphones on your headphones.
I do. That is accurate.
All right, switching to the headset mic. Hopefully this is a little better.
This is 1,000 times better, yes.
Yeah, I've got some driver issues that are happening, so. Yep.
Windows?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so.
Is that one of the blue one? Is that what they're called, blue? The mics?
There's one called Blue Yeti.
Oh, yeah, the Yetis.
No,
yeah, Blue Yeti or something.
This is the Audio Technica P48.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it is studio grade and actually used in studios.
Hello, person who I assume is Capricorn's girlfriend in the background.
Mm-hmm. She's just hanging out.
Does she have a headband on?
Yes.
Nice. So it's like 80s in the Cappy place.
Hey, Capricorn, give her my love.
Okay.
To make it 80, she needs some shoulder pads. To make it 80, she needs shoulder pads. Don't ask me what it was.
Ooh, that's true.
We're all wearing shoulder pads, like linebackers. I don't know what the hell the deal was.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, and the wristbands. Remember, like the headbands, but on the wrist.
Yes.
Was it almost like ankle warmers of some kind?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, this avoid the bouffant haircut, especially if it's fire danger. The women back, I remember this was like the late 80s. All the girls had this booth in front of their head that was sprayed up with Aquanet or something.
The like little rolled up thing in front. It wasn't like bangs, but it was just rolled up.
Yeah, well, not quite even that, like boofed up. I don't even know how to explain it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they were using like an entire bottle of Aquanet for like a day.
They are the reason that there's a giant hole in the ozone.
I'm understanding that got better. I'm saying that
it's gotten better. It's still there, but it's not. It's over the Arctic. So that's
screw it. It's the Arctic.
That's
Who
why
cares?
there's an issue.
Yeah, it's the Arctic. I'm not going to get solar flares here in the States then.
How to every time that your call cuts out for no apparent reason.
Or Cappy starts sounding like
Is it doing it
this.
now?
No, it's not.
Okay.
You're good.
Oh my god. I've been having issues. Like,
No, we know. But your microphone was having issues also.
Yep.
But okay. Want to start hitting some anybody got anything going on this week? I have not had like anything outside of my jacked up arm, so
SecKC was last night. We did a 60+ person CTF,
Okay.
all through Zoom.
Yeah.
And we were all collaborating to try and beat all of them. We got all but 2 of the challenges.
And when you say we, how many was on your team? Like 5 or 6?
It wasn't so much like it wasn't so much that it was we had separate teams, but like we were all kind of just bouncing off ideas off of each other.
Like all 60
in
people?
Slack. Yeah, like in
Holy
Slack.
cow.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then when someone solved it, if they wanted to get bonus points or whatever, they could show a walkthrough on Zoom, and then that would go live on stream.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I took 7th place.
Sweet.
Because I was slow to, like, the moment I would solve a challenge, someone else, like, right when I solved it, would have said, hey, I want to take a look at this, and then they would already have them all set up, so it was just slow.
Oh, okay.
I also didn't have a Kali box on this machine yet, because I had to re-image it, but...
that's why you're having driver issues.
Yeah, now I have it on here, but...
Well, I mean, since you had to re-image the box, though,
yeah,
you probably don't necessarily have your driver set on.
Yeah, I'm still like reeling through everything, and there's a lot. But yeah, had a 9-year-old, actual 9-year-old, not me 9-year-old.
Hey, I didn't even say it.
Yeah, I know, because I knew it was coming. Actually had a 9-year-old walk us through how to do cookie. It was a account takeover using cookies and JWT tokens, and also the secret or PHP secrets. And I was like, holy cow!
Did it sound like anybody was in the background coaching him, or like the 9-year-old was
his
like
dad
straight up?
was right there, but
he wasn't.
He started talking, and I'm like, he actually knows what he's talking about.
That is sweet.
Like, I hope it got recorded, and I took a snapshot of it and put it up on Twitter, so it's on my Twitter feed.
That's very cool.
But it was just like, this dude is nuts. And then some 16-year-old was like, I'm only 16, and I barely got this far. And I'm like, I'm actually in this, and I barely got this far.
I get paid to do this stuff professionally. I only got this far. Nice.
Gives me hope.
You meet, essentially savants every once in a while. I remember there was a conference that, man, this kid was probably 13 years old, like 10 years ago, just completely annihilating the Windows kernel. Like walking step by step through like everything you could ever imagine through the Windows kernel, like multiple ways of actively exploiting it, all kinds of stuff. And this was probably like 10 years ago, and the kid was literally like 13. And quite a few very large names I know were also in the room, and all of them who own companies we all are familiar with, all approaching them afterward, like, hey, whenever you graduate high school, give me a call. And trying to build up a relationship very, very quickly with this kid. Like, dissected it like it was Play-Doh. Amazing.
That's kind of the fun part about that as well, is they can pick up, like, I can still pick up stuff pretty quickly, but someone that's younger than I am is just like, so fast to get this done.
Yeah, and to actually be like giving a talk on it, I was like, holy, like I was keeping up. Like but it was still beyond me, and I'd been doing this stuff for a lot of years, and this kid is 13 years old. I was like, holy cow, like, what?
You felt like a grade A dumbass at that point.
Oh, I did,
I mean, I definitely would at that point because
Yeah.
what the fuck am I doing in my life?
It was one of those like, damn, I wish I like was an employer right now just so I could try to hire that 13-year-old and break every child labor law known to man. The kid was a freaking genius. And here is that kid, previous child prodigy, Charles, with us. Actually, it wasn't Charles, but Charles is still very
I was going to say,
Oh my goodness.
Charles is a couple years younger than me.
That's it. I am 40. Ooh.
I know, you straight up over the hill now.
Yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel it though, thank goodness.
Yeah, it's a good thing you only look it.
I guess I do look 40. I don't know. I don't think I look 40.
Nah, you don't look 40. Black don't crack. Come on.
That's called exfoliation.
I guarantee you, if Charles and I walk into the same venue and have people ask us how old we are, I'm gonna be pegged older than Charles is.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just left Woodstock. I mean, and Woodstock happened a long time ago.
Yeah, 1969.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that I'm wearing a Funimation shirt either. So I kind of
That's Toei animation.
Yeah.
Nice.
How's everybody enjoying the quarantine?
Oh, it's great.
Jack took my arm, but I already discussed that way too much.
Well, I hope you got a Band-Aid and it feels better.
Big Band-Aid.
Yes, large Band-Aid.
Damn, dude. Oh.
Yeah, can you see it? There we go. Yeah.
Dude, I'm glad you're okay, man. God. I don't know what you were doing, but just don't do it again.
Well, I mean, I work out.
Right
but,
arm?
Yeah, it's the right arm. And oftentimes, whenever you do repetitive motions, like with bench press, curls, things like that, it will end up jacking up your elbows. So I haven't been doing good. Shut up, Cappy. I get where you're going.
You were doing jacking to get it. Yes, we got it. Yes.
Yes, we understand, Cappy. But those repetitive motions, and if you're not taking your like glucosamine, stuff like that for the joints, you're going to end up having some pinched nerves and jacked up stuff. So I got jacked up stuff right now just because I wasn't taking my stuff. So
it's all right. Yeah. Got to take it next time and, careful.
Yep. Get back on the horse pills.
Not the horse pills.
Oh, no, they are horse pills. Like this is, so that's just one of them, but you take 6 of these per day. That's my multivitamins. Yeah.
It's like spaced, or do you just do it all in one go?
Usually just all in one go in the mornings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'll probably be switching off these and going back to the animal pack that I used to use whenever I was actually bodybuilding. Just because they're better overall. They have a lot more stuff.
Flintstones?
I said Flintstones, yeah.
Yes.
No, but
I mean, because what I heard, Flintstone, you can't get coronavirus with your Flintstone vitamins. So
the Dino vitamin,
what was that? The purple one?
Yeah, that was the purple one. Dino.
Oh, I call that one.
Yeah. Yes. Couldn't do nothing with that purple. Like, oh, you taking vitamins when you're not supposed to. It's candy.
Well, I sad enough as to say, my son, who's 2 years old, he takes the Flintstone vitamins, and he loves those things. He starts crying if he can't take 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I want vitamins.
Well, they put so much sugar in those things; they are pretty much candy.
Maybe that's what made me hyper. I don't know.
No, probably. That's what happened to all your hair.
I guess so. No, I gave myself a good shave today.
You know what I have not seen yet. You know, this whole we support you class of 2020. Here's my high school picture. You know, granted, I don't think I have any of me. I want to see a picture of Charles. His graduation pic. I'm figuring we got some hair.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you got like a high top going on.
No,
I
no.
hope. Oh, that'd have been awesome.
A little kid picture of him recently.
What'd you say,
I'm pretty
Adrian?
sure Charles posted a little kid picture of him recently on Facebook.
Oh yeah, he posts whenever he's cute. I'm pretty sure there's an area in there that he wasn't as cute. That's what I'm really looking for.
I kind of look the same still.
Just ask his wife; she'll know.
Oh yeah. Well, she's getting a
She's
friend
like,
request later.
he looks great in everything except this one.
But
That would be awesome.
I don't know. I gotta find that one.
It's not high school, but should we just give them the picture of the first time that Charles tried Malort?
Ooh, really? That
That
would be a unfortunate time.
I wasn't
God.
present for that, but he showed me. I think that was the one time that we were at the rooming together.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
Sorry.
Was Dry Beef the guy who brought it? Because I know he's been going around to some cons before this current pandemic, torturing people with Malort.
No, I think it was someone else.
I know Johnny Christmas sometimes carries some of him too.
Yeah, I don't think he was. Well, he might have been there.
What? I probably was.
Johnny,
He probably was.
Johnny Xmas. I don't think he was there that Derby con.
No, but that Malort was. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charles loved it. He's been getting that and drink that every weekend since.
no. I was like, no, thank you.
For those that don't know Malort, it's like Fireball without any sweetness.
It's called Death.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's licorice flavored or anise.
Yeah, I bet it's like anise. Yeah.
Tastes like
Anise.
But no, anise actually is the fucking spice.
Oh.
Black licorice, that is.
Yes, anise. It's called anise, but yeah, it sounds like anise. Yeah.
So,
Come over here and taste my niece.
describe Malort. Think of like Jägermeister, but more hostile.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
We had some great quotes about it at ShowMeCon one year. It was like one of them was how you unfriend people in person.
You give them a Malort.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a 10th grade picture. I found one.
Wow.
My ass tastes like mouth, things like that.
That was a 10th grade picture.
Nice.
All my little hair.
What was that when you were a professional rapper?
Nah, I never rapped. Nah, I was on the football team.
Nice.
Those are two of my teammates.
That's cool. That's a good hairline too. You don't still have that hairline, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you had a good hairline.
Yeah, that was kind of that was kind of pressed back. I had a little mini afro in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I just didn't. It was just too much going on. But yeah. Young Charles.
Young Charles.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering the last time I showed you guys a picture from high school of me, and you guys like immediately burst out into just maniacal laughter.
It was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
It really was.
it's very different.
I had two guys, and I knew in college they had a throwdown who could get the biggest throw.
Give me
My roommate George, I think, won that. But it got pretty epic proportions.
Nice.
Let me see if I can find one real quick.
Let's see. Shoot. There's another. This is old school. Yeah, I think I was 14 in this picture.
Wait, which one? Wow.
Oh, you see, I'm covering the can.
That's Charles going back to his Boys to Men days.
Oh man, you had the Kango. Yeah,
yeah. Having the Kanga hat, or whatever it was called.
that was some fun. That was some fun time.
Oh god, all these are terrible. I'm not showing any of these. Nope. Nope.
Is it an open? Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Let it out.
Nope. It looks like a completely different person. Kind of was.
And this is the last one I'll show you. This is when we met Bruce. Me and my now wife. A little bit of the hairline.
Okay.
It's there. I can hold up. Nope.
Cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fun days. Woo. Yep, but yeah.
Charles, you still sharing your screen?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sending you something for you to show
On the
on the good old FB Facebook side.
the Facebook side. What the hell? Hold on. You want me to share this? Okay.
Who is that?
Do it.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Yo.
Hey, ladies.
All right. So here's what it actually is. That's year 1 of InfoSec. Now stop sharing. This is year 2.
Oh.
This is year 2 in InfoSec.
Did it stop sharing? It stopped sharing, right?
Yeah,
I got one that beats that if I can find it.
yeah, that was Caprico last year. Now look at it.
Getting nuts.
That's what Hack and Docker get you.
Mm-hmm. At least I still have my hair. I haven't pulled it out yet. I mean,
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, I know I have this photo labeled Irongeek. Oh, it's like InfoSec not even once, and I'm trying to fucking find it.
oh, I think I know that one.
So I got I'm project I've been working on. Speaking of project I've been working on this week so far. Well, last week into this week. I've been getting C# to run in the web browser while WebAssembly.
Oh, okay.
So that's been pretty cool. That I've successfully got it to work, and it loads the DLLs in the browser. If you look at the console, it loads the DLLs. What I'm trying to figure out now is how to run OS level commands from C# from the browser using a Firefox API. It's called NSI process. Oh wow. Normal.
I was like that one.
That's quality.
Cool. That's quality, man. You can't beat that. That is
with a stick.
You can't do nothing with that. At all.
Yes, InfoSec just it does things to you, man. I think any job does.
Oh, agreed.
It's like whether or not like just life happens too.
Yeah. That is true.
Like I started looking like this when I was a dev. So, and the one that was rudely shown was before I hadn't even written a single line of code yet at that point.
How old were you there?
18.
Were you really? I figured you were like 16 or 15.
By the time you're 40, I'm just imagining how epic your Unix build would be.
Hopefully I still have all my hair too.
Oh, he's playing what's that, League of Legends in the background he's playing?
No, that is Sims.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell from here. Okay.
Yeah, no. She does not play League of Legends, but yeah, she is playing Sims on Razor Blade Stealth with a Razor Core enclosure that's cool. Mine, and I'm having her kind of as the guinea pig on how gaming on it will work.
Nice.
Because I'll play like the really extremely insane games on this PC, but like all the other like more in line kind of like I'm gonna play this for a little bit, like I might take that on cons and stuff, but not the enclosure. But it's still like it's a good build, good desktop replacement. But
it was a classic too, so that's a classic.
What kind of battery life you get on that? I was talking to somebody last night. Their
15
Razer,
hours.
15 hours.
Mhm.
Really?
Yep.
Now is that like while gaming?
Not while gaming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like while gaming. What's it look like?
While gaming, oh boy. I haven't tested that, but I would assume something like 6.
Oh, okay.
It's got so I took it apart because I threw a 1 terabyte NVMe
SSD?
drive.
Yeah,
I threw a 1 terabyte NVMe drive into it, and no joke. So it's a 13-inch laptop, so it's tiny. So it's only like that big or so.
Yeah.
Camera's over there, and the battery is about this much, and then the rest of the motherboard is that much.
Oh.
It is like the whole thing, and it's only like that thin too. So like the entire machine is just like a battery and then a motherboard slapped onto it.
Nice. Yeah, because he said he gets like 40 minutes, but his is a couple years old too, though. So
It
I'm sure they've
depends on.
upgraded the battery heavily.
Yeah, depends on which one he got. If he's got like the bigger one,
His is like top of the line. Everything meant
he
to
got the
fully.
desktop. He got the desktop replacement.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like biggest graphics card available. All
Yeah,
that
so
stuff,
it's like that thick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a brick and a half.
Yeah, I've I've had a couple of those. Actually, my work laptop is the thickest laptop that I've had in like 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's still only like half of what I used to have for my like gaming laptops, where they were like that thick.
Yeah.
Like look up the Asus G40 SV, and that's what I had.
Nice.
Then I started building desktops, and then I've kept building desktops. But,
Yeah.
oops, I accidentally appended to one.
My first desktop build for real was a AMD Athlon XP 3200.
Mine was actually close to that. Well, no. I think mine's a little after.
Mine was, I think, a 2400, so I think mine came a little before yours, but because mine was in the 2003.
Yeah, around that time for me.
Yeah.
I think the first one I built was like 20. No, it was 2010. And it was a AMD Phenom X6. It was a 6-core AMD processor.
Yeah. I had I built mine my second one the year before that in 09, and that was a X4, because that was before they had the 6-core.
Yep.
Yes.
I think I still have that processor in my closet.
Wait, which one did you say?
AMD Phenom X6.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What year was that one?
Like 2010, 09.
The Phenom 2 came out like I think 07, 08.
It might have been a Phenom 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Phenom 2s were the ones, because I had a Phenom 2 quad core.
Yeah, because I haven't done AMD since probably 2004, 2005, because I had the old like Athlons and Semprons and like old.
Yeah, my
stuff.
that build and my last build were both AMD. My last one was a 8350, I think. Not the Vishera, the one before it. And that thing was just massive problems with overheating. And
that was why I left AMD back. And I know they got better over the years, but just
that one I built in 2016. So that was
really.
Yeah, that was recent. And I in 2018 I was going, or either 2018 or 2017, I can't remember which. I was going to build a threader machine, but because AMD decided to cheap out on the specs and outsource the CPU bracket to Foxconn, I had to go through. I went through 3 separate motherboards that would not mount the CPU properly.
Wow, that sucks.
So I said fuck that, went to Intel, and have not looked back since.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on Intel since about 05.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Intel and AMD prior to that, but essentially exclusively Intel since 05.
Actually, yeah. When did the whole Intel CPU what was that whole event called?
Spectre Meltdown.
Spectre. Yeah, that was beginning of 2018, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it was 2018 because I was in Europe and covering that with you guys.
Okay, yeah, that's when I switched because that was like right. I bought that like right after that got announced, and I was like, fuck it, because AMD and Asus and all these are not supporting me. They're not willing to help me out. So, yeah. Even despite this, I'm moving. Okay, you guys fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy.
Gosh, that was 2 years ago.
I know, right? It's just time just flies.
Dan, look what you've done with your life. We're still here on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I grew a beard. Grew a full beard. Full-ish beard.
I know he's like, who's this crazy bald guy?
Yeah. Cappy's got that beard, that he can put up over his face and put the sunglasses on and have his own coronavirus mask.
I don't think it would work for the mask.
You're getting there. No, like that becomes the mask.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it won't work.
You're so close. You need rubber bands.
Hang on. I got this.
They might keep some fluids out of your mouth, but not completely.
I got it.
Got the Van Vader look.
Heck yeah. Who 3D printed it?
Me.
Oh, you got it. Oh, the one at work?
The
3D printer at work?
No, I've got a 3D printer here. I have a 3D printer at work too.
Oh, I didn't know you had a 3D printer at home. I thought you were
I've
using the work one for stuff here and there.
I might run and grab it.
I vaguely
Hush.
recall seeing the first Star Wars in theaters. That's how
Which
I am. The first Star Wars.
Which one?
There was only one first Star Wars, The New Hope, which I
Good.
didn't even call Episode 4 until much later.
Yeah. I saw the remake. That was the first movie I saw, but I saw the
Re-edition, or whatever they call
the
it.
special edition in theaters when I was a kid.
I remember, and he's done a few more special editions since then.
Mhm.
I can understand some changes he made. All right, I thought most of the Space Battle stuff still looked good, even from the 77 version. But there was a version I saw, I want to say in the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know why he didn't fix the Rancor pit, because that was the only effect in Jedi that really looked hideous. Because it was clearly stop motion.
He did. There's a lot of extra CG shots that he added to the Rancor pit.
Back and fix the Rancor pit, because that was the only thing that
Oh, sorry. Are you thinking of the Rancor pit or the Sarlacc pit?
The
The Rancor and Sarlacc.
because it's inside of Jabba's palace. They don't have to travel to it because it's like right down below Jabba.
Yeah. Rancor. Yeah, okay. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, no, I don't think they mess with that a whole lot.
And that looks a little weird because the stop motion animation was just a little off and the coloring wasn't quite right. Lighting.
Yeah, because I think at that point they were just trying to finish out the series to get toys and stuff. And
That's where Lucas made a lot of his money. He didn't make money off the first trilogy by itself, but somehow or another he got the rights to the toy line. And temporarily he got that to Kenner, but then Kenner got a sweetheart deal too, but they didn't renew it because there was no new Star Wars films coming out. And then I think Lucas made big money on Hasbro when he licensed it to them. I think that was the order of things. And I think maybe Hasbro may have bought Kenner at one point in time. I'm a little confused. Hasbro owns a lot of stuff. You ever seen the TV show or Netflix series, The Toys That Made Us?
I've not yet.
It's more 80s focused, so it would be more to someone my age and yours, but it is fascinating, all the shit that went down behind the scenes. also all the stuff about G.I. Joe and Transformers and the interaction with Marvel comic books to actually write the plots for their toys, because they had toys, or they were going to produce toys, but we need a storyline, and they had Marvel make up storylines for them.
Huh. Like G.I. Joe and
Larry Hammer.
Transformers?
He's a Vietnam vet. I think he's a gentleman of Korean heritage, as I recall. Tunnel Rat is based on him.
Huh.
And he wrote the G.I. Joe comic books early on because he had some military experience. And my understanding, he came up with a lot of the bio cards and so forth you see on G.I. Joe. Transformers was someone else, and I don't remember the gentleman's name, but there was also someone from Marvel comic books who basically wrote a lot of the background stuff for Transformers.
Oh, that's cool.
Because Transformers was originally several toy lines mushed together from Japan, but they wanted to have a cohesive mythology behind them. So some of the Marvel comic books came up with the whole Decepticons, Autobots, Cybertron stuff. And of course, it changes a little bit between the cartoon and the comic book. And the comic books, by the way, are better than the G.I. Joe cartoons, and are better. The Transformer cartoons, comic books, and G.I. Joe comic books are both better than the related TV shows.
I don't know about that one.
All right, okay, we can fight off air. I don't know. Did you read many of the G.I. Joe comic book series?
No, the G.I. Joe one I agree with. The Transformers.
You don't think that? It's been a long time since I read the comic books. I've probably seen the TV shows more regularly, but
yeah,
there's always more detail in the comic books, it seemed.
Yeah, it is. Oh, well, it always is. Yeah, with each one, it always is. And here's the thing. That's why I kind of didn't like how Transformers the movie did everything, because not the cartoon movie, the movie. When it came out, and I was just like, they're not even sticking to the storyline of the cartoon. So I'm
and my understanding, though, I haven't seen the Bumblebee movie, but my understanding is that the Transformers look a lot more like the toy versions
in the movie. Okay.
Yes.
So Bumblebee goes back to being an actual freaking VW bug.
Yes.
Right. As opposed to the other BS that they had.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, I still like the Camaros, but I respect that they did throw them back to a Volkswagen.
I still like that one lady stretching out across the Camaro's hood.
I'm sure you do.
What was her name? Oh, shit.
Megan Fox.
Yes, thank you.
It was a very influential time when that came out for me, okay?
Capricorn just going through puberty, going, this makes me feel special in my nether regions. See, I had that experience of Linda Carter and Wonder Woman in the late 70s.
All right, let's get into some show notes. Yeah. Wow. All right, breach report.
Real quick. So I found out this week, the malaria treatment that they're investigating for helping reduce effects of coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
So it is erythromycin is the primary one that they're investigating. If any of you have pets, and I'm not saying to do any tests, this is just a straight up FYI, where they take flea medication, heartworm, all that stuff, that's erythromycin.
So I don't hear about any of our viewers drinking
we don't want you taking it, but I'm just kind of throwing it out there. If things were like a horrible
like there's a shortage of it,
and there's a massive shortage and you're on your deathbed, I would break that heartworm medicine open in a second. So just FYI, it is the number one thing in most heartworm and flea and tick medications for dogs.
Yep.
So.
Go the Mick Jagger or the Rolling Stone way of, if you need to get meds, go to the vet.
Yeah.
True stories. All right. TravelX ended up paying the ransom. Was this a follow-up from last week?
Yeah, last week or the week before, somewhere in there. Just because TravelX had already been they'd already been down like 2-3 weeks. And as of that point, it seemed like they were trying to recover, even though they did say they were in negotiations with the attackers. But they ended up paying over $2 million for the ransom, 285 Bitcoin. Which, if you're an attacker right now, this is a beautiful thing. You just got Bitcoin is currently around $7,000, and you just got 285 Bitcoin. Just imagine, Bitcoin getting up to $10,000, 15, 20,000. If they don't go out and spend it all right now, they're looking at the value of this 2 million going up immensely over the next couple years.
Or you cut it up into smaller cryptocurrencies, because now you have to figure out whether or not you want to hedge your bets on things like Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero. Monero's a big one right now.
Yeah.
So moving it on to Monero, which is actually one of the stories later on.
Or maybe not even all, but doing
Yeah.
a hedge. So you move some into Ethereum, some into Monero.
You keep some in Bitcoin. I mean, at
Yeah.
least you're getting some of it. I mean, at this point, the hackers got
It's
free
$2
money.
million bucks.
Yeah, you got free money.
It's a freaking payday.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to smile, but it really is a freaking payday. And
Yeah.
I'm trying not to laugh, but I still am. Sorry.
Well, okay. Well, like, what's TravelX's like basic year-end revenue stream look like? So TravelX revenue. Yeah. 729.5 million Great British pounds a year was reported last year, or for the 2018 years.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, and I actually, this is a side topic, but made me think of it. So like the McDonald's Monopoly game was rigged up until 2001, whenever the FBI did a crackdown. So mafia was involved, everybody was involved. Kind of reminds me of something like that. There was just a few slaps on the wrist, but the reason why I thought of it was because, yeah, even though McDonald's was paying out, say $2 million in fraud, anytime they ran the Monopoly game, they banked an additional $50 million just due to that one promotion. That's additional over their existing revenue. So to lose $2 million in fraud wasn't that big of a deal to them. But yeah, $700 million, and yeah, they had to pay out $2 million in Bitcoin.
729 million.
Okay,
but
so
I don't know what their operating. I don't know what their operating costs are. We don't know how much they're actually having to pay. That was just how much they paid for ransom. But still, like, they got money.
I mean, they're an exchange, though. I can't imagine. I mean, they will obviously have operating, costs, but it's not going to be like a manufacturing facility, right? Where you have to have all your machines and maintenance on your machines and blah blah blah. It's cloud-based infrastructure, and almost all of it's going to be virtualized.
Yeah, the one thing that's only tangible is the prepaid credit cards.
And then you get into the thing, do they actually produce those, or is that outsourced?
They probably would, and they would need to outsource it to Visa, and then a distributor of Visa that actually manufactures the cars would actually have to work with them on that, and then they'd have to go through Visa for all the different numbers, so it goes through their systems, because Visa is, I believe, all over the world, whereas like Amex is not. So it's
Amex, Discover, Visa, and MasterCard are pretty much global.
Yeah.
I love Amex.
Who said what?
I love my Amex.
Oh yeah,
to a certain extent.
Nice.
There's some parts of Amex that I can live without. All right, potentially 10 terabytes of data stolen and encrypted.
Yeah, so we have, man, my internet is slow tonight. Ragnar Locker ransomware hits a Portuguese energy company demanding $10 million for the decryption keys. But yeah, so data was encrypted, exfiltrated, and they're claiming 10 terabytes of data. I mean, we talked about something similar a couple weeks ago. 10 terabytes of data, that is a ton of data to get out of an organization undetected. But yeah, they're requesting 1,580 Bitcoins. Again, that is a chunk of change. But it's using RSA 2048, encryption. So, yeah, you're not going to break that one.
Yeah, there's SAP for like the next 3 months and then lock everything down.
Yeah.
Because 10 terabytes, even on like a gigabit connection. Yeah, it would take you a month.
I don't think a month. No. Because if you had a pristine network, getting past, you can't use true full gigabit, right?
Yeah,
So you're
right.
going to be looking at best case probably in the 700 meg range per second at best. I mean, you still aren't even going to hit that.
Well, it sounds like these guys were not watching anything, so...
No. Either if they had detections in place, somebody was not, like you said, watching it. Hopefully the detections were at least there. But if the detections weren't there, first off, they got to get something to be able to detect and see abnormal amounts of traffic, abnormal behavior, and then you still got to watch it.
Yep.
Okay, next up, San Francisco Airport has discloses breach. 2 of their websites have been breached. And if I can bring the story up. Man. So yes, they sent a notice to all airport commissions on April 7th. Airport officials announced that SFOconnect.com and SFOconstruct.com suffered a security incident in which bad actors injected malicious code to steal users' login creds. I didn't actually see in here that they said what type of malicious code it was. I mean, or whether it was necessarily cross-site scripting, or were able to get administrative creds to log in and just inject it directly. But
Could have been session takeover.
yeah, I mean, it is hard to say.
Access to fluid attachments from their homes using IE, Internet Explorer, or Windows-based devices are recommended to act quickly and train. So that gives me an idea. So IE, they might have an older version of the code for IE that's still running.
Yeah.
And then it checks which browser you're using and then loads that specific code. But that should only matter for it would matter for JavaScript and CSS. So then your JavaScript might be using some deprecated stuff that are well documented as insecure.
Yeah, which is anything with JavaScript is, well, not necessarily like Java, but yeah, older version of JavaScript, are going to be insecure.
You want to see something that I had a new front end data or a new JavaScript framework get on my ass about?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, everything is unsecure, right? And that's kind of the position we have to take, is that there is nothing that is secure. It's just the point in time that the insecurities are actually found.
Yep. Time and money. Mostly time. All right. Our Evil wants Monero. This is what I threw in here. So Soda no Kibi ransomware is to just stop taking Bitcoin to hide the money trail. So this is something that kind of runs into my area of research, where everything has kind of been just funneling things into Monero currency. And so the Soda no Kibi ransomware has started to accept the Monero cryptocurrency to make it harder for law enforcement to track ransom payments, and plans to stop allowing Bitcoin payments in the future. It's almost like these guys are actually a business.
100%.
Yeah, that sounds like something that I would say. It's like, we will be no longer taking checks. We will only be taking debit cards, credit cards, blah, blah, blah.
I'm sorry, but you'll also have to stay at least 6 foot away. Thank you.
Yeah. just we have this patented scanning device that will grab all of the NFC chips when you go into our store.
Yes. That's not a bad idea.
I'm working on it. Sort of.
I got something to throw your way after the show too.
Sounds good.
I got something else we can IoT out.
Anyways, yeah, essentially, I think this is going to be more. The reason why they're switching to Monero is that Bitcoin has a non-ish anonymous tracking of where transactions go. Monero is just like you can only see the transaction. You can't see which two entities are the transaction is going to and coming from. So in Bitcoin, you have a person blah and person blah, and then you can see those two strings, and then you can correlate them that way. So law enforcement and forensic side, it's like, sure,
yeah,
Monero can just get tumbled a million other times. In Bitcoin, like they're already tumbling, but Monero, it's like you skip that step.
Yep. So
when you're doing
so what is the ultimate way to catch that? What's the ultimate way to catch that?
Know where they're putting their money.
Yeah, they'll have to take over the servers, and
the way that you would
not even like the Monero servers or anything. I'm actually talking like the attacker's system, and that they're accessing, keeping their wallet on, doing this and that. And actually be able to do it like that. And that's just going to be a massive pain in the ass. It's not like there's exit nodes and easy ways of doing it like we could back in the day.
It depends on how it's configured. Monero still got some like weird things that you could screw yourself OPSEC wise.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say what those are here.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, watch out. They're just going to be coming at us more and more. Okay, that is the end of the breach report.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Next, we have info, data, stats. These are just a couple of things that I've been doing to make sure my skills are up. Ish. On just like free-ish training. So there is a link to how to build a home lab from Black Hills. That's happening tomorrow afternoon, I believe at noon-ish time, Central Time. And I'm going to be on that one because I want to see what they do differently than what I have done.
Yeah,
and
do you have the link?
Yep, it's in the show notes, which is in the description of the stream if you're watching the stream. And then my work has been really slow, so I haven't been able to actually try and hack stuff and try new things. So Hack the Box. Been going back to Hack the Box again. It's a great way to keep skills up to date and also get some new ones. And also I've been on a CTF kick ever since last night because I was actually learning how to use IDA for the first time and actually ended up helping with the last thing, or one of the last harder challenges, which was the reverse engineering challenge, which I've never been able to do in the past, which is great.
Yeah, have fun with those pointers.
Oh, yeah. Just takes me back to my MIPS class.
EIP, 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 EIP.
EI. Okay. Just like, okay.
EIP.
Nop.
How many of them?
Nop. How many times? Nop. Anyway, some stuff. There's also a lot of other free trainings that are out there right now. ICS has one. SANS I know has some. There's a bunch. So, and webinars are cool. If you need a break from work, just say, "Hey, I'm training," and then just go learn something else. And they're fun. This is like my 4th Black Hills one that I'll be attending. And the first one was 8 hours. So that was on a Saturday.
Yeah, and they're doing they do them as freebies too, right?
Yep, freebies. I have the link there to go and register for it. So if you want to do that tomorrow and you have time tomorrow, which if you're on lockdown, I hope you'd have time, but
Unfortunately, no.
yeah. Apparently, I just posted this back into our Jitsi channel too, as well. Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, thanks, Cap.
Thanks.
You're
Cap.
welcome. You're welcome.
All
Cap
right.
is special.
Yeah.
You got Cap and Cappy.
Yep. Okay. Vulnerable stuff.
Yeah. So, first up on vulnerable stuff, Patch Tuesday, Microsoft side, get her patched up. Quite a few things this time around. I think there was at least 19 criticals. I know there were 2 that had been like 0 days that had been disclosed. 1 0 day that had not yet been disclosed, I don't think, and publicly known. So, yep, patch your stuff. And then we have Slack phishing attempts using webhooks. So I think Slack has patched this, but there was vulnerability found by AT&T Cybersecurity Group, which is Alien Vault. If anybody has heard of Alien Vault, whenever AT&T acquired them, they actually have a very decent-sized research team who also works with the OTX feed, if anybody's heard about that. So it's actually a good research group. But they were able to find ways of compromising Slack via webhooks. So if you're interested in it, check that out. Next up.
This sounds like this sounds like a rehash of one of the attacks when Slack first came out. This was something that I read about a while ago.
Could be. Or could be similar but done in a different way.
It's not a rehash. It's more of like a resurgence, we'll call it.
Yes. And then the next one is VMware Security Advisory for vCenter. So if you have a vCenter server pointed towards a public IP space, don't. That should only ever obviously be internal. It should be segmented. Regular segments should not, user-based segments shouldn't be able to touch a vCenter server. But there is a CVE that is a 10 out of 10. Currently, it affects vCenter 6.5, 6.7, and 7. So there is is there a patch? I think fixed version. So there's a patch for 6.7. There's 6.5 may not. 6. I don't know. It's a little unclear whether 6.5 is affected or unaffected. Fixed version. Maybe it is just 6.7.
So you can do a clean, from looking at the notes, you can do a clean install of vCenter server 6.7 and not be affected.
Yeah, because that'll have the patch already.
Yeah, so the fixed version
in.
Yeah, so
I mean, 6.7 there is a patch, but I'm not sure if it does affect 7 and 6.5.
It says fixed version. It's unaffected on 7.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this only affects 6.7 then, which is what the majority of people will still be running.
So all you Google Darkening and Shodan or Shodanites, now you've got your version to go and regex.
Oh my gosh, I hope not. Like, I cannot imagine a situation where somebody would have vCenter server like pointed towards the internet.
Hang on.
That
product.
I mean, I'm not going to put it against somebody, but I'll be very disappointed in somebody. But man, let's
see here.
Just can't imagine that.
Yeah.
I really hope not.
Yeah. me figure out what port it is that's open. Oh, this has Kerberos out to the internet.
Yeah, it's cute.
I find a lot of bad things on Shodan.
Yes, we know.
It's like 6 different email servers. Yeah, VMware, vCenter, Converter.
Yeah, that's Converter. That's not vCenter. Or
Server.
hopefully isn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying server. Let me see if I can find a better...
Or if you see like VCSA. vCenter server. Yeah, VCSA. If you see something in relation to that on Shodan.
VCSA?
Yeah. vCenter server administrator or administration.
That broke the Shodan.
That broke the Shodan.
This breaks the Shodan. It's not looking great.
Well, good. My hope in humanity is starting to go back up now. If nobody is pointing vCenter server to the public IP space, I think I can die a happy man.
I think it just got worse for you.
Oh, damn it. Come on, really?
220 VMware authentication daemon version 1.10 SSL required server daemon SOAP. What port is that? 902, which is the authentication daemon.
Oh, wait. I can probably tell you what. So vCenter server. Look up port 5480. That's
you.
the back-end port for the appliance, like the management port, not the front end.
It's not as bad as Docker.
It's about or not as?
Not as bad. It's like a tenth.
So what's a tenth? Like 1,000?
76.
Really? I gotta see it.
76. Was it 5480?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's showing as like open, but not like actually grabbing. Or Shodan won't grab it because Shodan knows that that's bad.
Haha. Interesting.
Where with Docker, they're just like, yeah, cool, we're just going to scan the entire freaking thing. Like, I'm going to show you everything.
And two, that's just going against one port. There could be other services out there utilizing 5480, not just vCenter.
Yeah.
So
that one said vCenter.
Oh, did it?
5480. Yeah, no, like Shodan won't show it unless I go into the API and actually grab the JSON for it. Which is why you pay for stuff, kids. Sometimes a little bit more will get you more data. But yeah, so not a big deal. Just, was it a local vulnerability or is it RCE? Let me see it again.
RCE if you can access it.
I would still just fish it, but you could.
Oh, okay. So vSphere. So VMware on their replication appliance also use 5480, which is interesting. So maybe they are just using 5480 as a management port on a lot of different appliances. So it's not necessarily just a vSphere thing, but still, like right now I'm looking at a vSphere replication appliance that I have username password that I could probably brute force against. That's really fun.
This is what happens when we get bored.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of getting bored, do we got anything else on this one?
Nah.
All right, another foray into Docker, eh? Okay. It's next up. So, put these out this week. These are the 3 new ones that I found this week. And since people are journalists are starting to take interest in this. Finally, maybe, I don't know. Twitter. Where'd it go?
Where's my Twitter gone?
Yeah, it's just like, nope, we're not going to do this now. Yeah, okay. It was like whited out, which is great. Okay. So this was a DOS image. And that one was, so HP3 and TacTac Flood will just flood this thing for this address, which I don't know what it is, don't care. But that is a DOS image that is at nxqsmfxx2/stupid:\latest on Docker Hub. Docker, this is on Docker Hub. Go fix is what I said. 20 minutes or like 10 minutes later, XMR mining Docker image Trez as 188 or 1187 sour tour / Ubuntu 14.01 latest. Docker, this is also on Docker Hub. Go fix.
Nice.
And I've X'd this out, but if you know where to go get this, you will figure out how to get this. Or get what the rest of the command is. But yeah, XMR Asia Nanopool, blah, blah, blah. Last one. XMR mining Docker image Felicia / Ubuntu 279 instances. I don't think all those were unique, but it's definitely over 200. It's a botnet. So root /C_H is the XMRig binary for Linux. And I know that because I can just I've looked at that so many times. So just looking at the first 10 lines by doing head, you can see what byte pattern is there. It's like, yep, this is XMRig. And then this is also the config file that had usernames and tokens and all that other crap in there.
Sweet. We like usernames and tokens too.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, so Docker, go fix your crap. I'm tired of seeing it, and especially when it's coming from your source control.
Bum, bum, bum.
And I have the same bone to pick with the rest of the source control guys as well. So not just Docker. I have issues with GitHub and Bitbucket, and I haven't run into a GitLab yet, but probably because they're a little more stringent. Or I just haven't seen anything. So, yep, all of that is.
Well, I mean, aren't most of the GitLabs going to be like hosted on site though?
There is a public GitLab, and then you can host your internal.
Yeah, but how many?
Atlassian is the same way.
Oh well, I guess public GitLab. A lot of people are probably using that for a lot of malware-laden crap, aren't they? Yeah.
Maybe. I haven't seen someone from here, but I've seen GitHub. I've seen Pastebin. I've seen. Weird Pastebins. Like a couple of sites have been taken down because of this stuff. Like one guy got a IRC channel that was running for server actually that was running for 20 plus years taken down because of it.
Huh.
And then he kept going. He just found another weird spot to put up his stuff because at first it was an IRC bot for the C2.
Nice.
Which I was like, that's nuts. But I couldn't try and mess with it or see if I could get anything from it because the server went down by the time I got to it. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So enough people complained, I guess. Which is good. All right, that's enough about me on Docker because I'll just be here for forever doing that. Okay, so I feel like it's beating a dead horse at this point, but I'm going to keep going. Zoom 0 day, going once, going twice, a lot of dosh. So an exploit for Zoom on Windows at 0 day is being sold for $500,000. $500,000. So an exploit for a 0-day remote code execution vulnerability affecting the Zoom Windows client is currently being sold for $500,000 together with one designed to abuse a bug in the video conferencing platform Mac OS client. So you're getting a twofer.
Woohoo.
0 days of vulnerabilities, blah blah blah, that not have been patched and no one knows about them yet. While there is no fix for these exploits, some exploit acquisition platforms such as ZeroDM pay exploit developers between $2,000 to $2.5 million, depending on the popularity and security level of the affected software/system, as well as the quality of the submitted exploit.
I don't know. I feel like this would have been worth a lot more money about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, for sure, but
Before
I think it's
everybody.
still.
I mean, it's still going to be a lot of money, but after everybody went up in arms about Zoom here a couple weeks ago, I think a lot of people have probably moved away from the platform, at least professionally, not necessarily for friends and family. No, you guys, people I know, yes, we're still going to use it, but general companies, I think, probably got scared. And so I think they probably moved over to Teams and Skypes and GoToMeetings and WebEx and how many thousand other options are there?
So the guy who wrote Z War Dialer, don't go to Teams. That's his next target.
Nice.
I'm just gonna leave that there. He announced it yesterday.
Man.
Well, to be honest, Teams is not ready for prime time, and it's not ready for whatever he's going to throw at it.
I know. That's why I'm like, get away from it. Run.
Yeah, I've had to touch Teams once, and it was a pain in the ass.
Oh my god, it's so.
What made it so bad? I'm just curious because
it was just clunky.
It's inherently it's inherently security weak, and I'll just leave it at that.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, as far as like functionality is concerned, I mean, it's been okay so far where we're at. I mean, we use a lot of Teams, especially with like team calls. Team calls have been good quality. Now, how secure they are, they're being heavily encrypted. That's another story. But
They're not.
As I said,
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you, like I said last week with Zoom, as soon as you enter I mean, they could have encryption. Say it is completely on a computer, computers the entire way. Yeah, it could be encrypted. But once you enter in a telephone number and somebody dials in, you will break that encryption 100% of the time.
I'll be no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised.
So, yeah, people talk about the encryption. Yeah, that's because none of them are purely encrypted if they allow phone-based access in.
Go through the app.
Yeah, like
because the apps will. Yeah, the app. Even if you're on your phone, the app should make that connection over the internet rather through cellular.
Can I install an app, you call it, on my flip phone? Will that work?
Okay, Grandpa, we need to get you a new phone.
I prefer Boomer, thank you.
I would say Doomer, but
Go do.
I'm a cynic like that, though.
Cynicism? I'm back. What's up?
We said Boomer, and then you came back.
Oh shit! No, I'm pretty solidly Gen X, but
yes.
I do have some Boomer attitudes, I suppose.
I'm Gen X. Yeah, I'm Gen X.
No, you're not.
He's 80.
He's Gen
I'm
X.
pretty sure Charles falls into Gen
I
X.
am Gen X.
Yeah,
he's
Charles
80.
is Gen X.
80's still Gen X.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's right on that borderline along with me.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Don't most people put Gen X ending either in 1980 or 1984?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, they put so it depends on where you read. So they say that Gen X ended in the late 70s, around 79, and then the millennials took off in 80 and beyond, or in some cases I heard that, I read that millennials started in 84.
Well, I'm definitely still not.
And
It's a fungible marketing definition. There is everyone argues about the age because there is no age. It's not a scientific term.
Well, the millennium was 2000, so the very earliest you could have had a millennial was at 82, because they would have been 18-year-olds, graduated high school, blah blah blah, in 2000.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm nowhere near that because I graduated high school in '98.
Yeah, you're old.
I graduated early in '92. Fuck y'all.
Hey, Adrian, we're here, man. We're here with it. Yeah. I graduated high school in the '90s.
Whoa. Hey, what are you doing right now? Are you trying to mess your elbow up too?
No, I'm actually trying to. Whatever, man. Freaking. No, I'm this cable out actually.
Okay.
Look at the size of that brick.
Yeah,
Now, that is a brick. That's a pretty skinny brick though, but that's
for the work laptop.
Mm.
It was stuck. I was like, oh shit.
Mine's. I'm just wondering. Yeah, mine's about that size.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brick.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's what he said.
Yeah, well, my laptop has 32 gigs of RAM in it.
That's nice. Yeah, I only have 16, so.
Well, I mean, we run a lot of our, like I said, we run not only our Kali VMs, we run several different Windows VMs on this thing when we need to, especially if we're like testing out like maybe like exploits, or we're just trying to like test just different things related to like bypassing AV and stuff like that. So
Why haven't you gone just full Linux base and then partitioned Windows VMs for the rest of your stuff? Just
because this is the work laptop.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. They got stuff on here where it's like you have to, comply, and because I'm in the government side for a reason.
Kids are motherfucker.
Yeah, but yeah, let me go ahead and take Windows off here and put BSD or Linux on here.
Yeah, that's why they let Charles work government side, because he follows the rules Caprico.
You know what you do to get around that? Anytime that's
There's no getting around it. there's no getting around it. If his machines pop for a scan, and it won't.
So what am I?
Hey Charles, are your USB drives enabled?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's a way you can do it, but I'm not going to tell you how.
I know how to do it. I just won't do it. But I'm just saying in general, like, I don't mess around with the work laptop because, there's been engagements where we've had to go on site at DHS. Yeah, you ain't running up in there with Linux and.
Oh, you don't want me to call you Snowden? Come on.
I would. Oh my gosh! I'd run up a Raspberry Pi before I do that.
You don't want to go to Pound Me in the
They have Linux services, but they have Linux services for Windows 10.
But it's not the same.
It is the same in a sense. You can use Kali from the Windows Store.
Yeah.
You know how much of a cluster it has been for me to try and get it to do my normal day-to-day crap through the Windows Linux side for the last 4 years?
Oh, please tell us.
Nothing works. None of the tools will work. At least the last time I tried it. I even tried getting Kali on there.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, I couldn't even Nmap. Because it was in.
Yeah, Nmap doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nmap doesn't work.
Not from the Kali for the Windows Store. That's why I don't use it. If I had to be
Oh my god.
I don't know about now. This was I tested this. This is back in as far as November. far as November.
Yeah. But
So-
you can still have virtuals on your system, right?
Yeah, except
And is that through VirtualBox or VMware?
no VMware Workstation. They got the full license and all that.
Pro.
Stuff. Yeah,
That's good.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, Windows has come a long way. You would have hated Windows, like Windows ME and Vista. You would have hated those.
Wait, who are you talking to?
Cap.
Oh, okay.
I was on XP.
I was gonna be like, I was on those for years, so
But you know, like
I specifically didn't move from XP to Vista because Vista was terrible.
Vista was
not that bad.
It took all of my RAM.
Well,
You know,
and RAM
back
with
to RAM.
But didn't it seem like a pattern? So Windows 2000 was a good OS. No, let's take it back even further.
98.
Windows 98.
No, 98 was fucking terrible.
Nah, 98 was
Second
good.
edition was good. 98,
No, 98 was terrible.
no, I disagree.
I was popping motherfuckers boxes in 98 like it was fucking candy.
All right, let's take.
And that's why I ended up.
We didn't say the security was good.
Yeah,
We're saying OS wise it was good.
I thought the
Yes.
general consensus was 95 was pretty good. 98 was not great. Millennium really sucked.
Second edition was good, but the Millennial was garbage, right? Then XP comes along. XP Service Pack 1 was bad. Service Pack 2 was awesome.
Yes.
They made Service Pack 2 great. Then I stayed on Service Pack 2 all the way up to Service Pack 3. Then when they came out with Windows Vista, I was like, oh, this is the new Windows ME.
Yeah.
And then after Windows Vista, then they came out with Windows 7. Windows 7 was a good OS.
Yes.
I am the complaint of 7. So Windows 7 was the new Windows XP Service Pack 2. And then you had Windows 8 with the whole Metro apps and everything.
Oh my god.
It was completely absurd.
Yeah.
Pre 8.1.
And then they try to make it better at 8.1. It was just like, no.
Yeah, crap.
And then they came out with Windows 10.
Which has been pretty good.
Yeah.
The start was rough. I will say the start was rough. I was on beta release.
Yeah, but their Windows 10 start was better than the Windows 8 matured product, though.
Oh,
yes.
What about that BOS? BEOS.
BOS is solid, baby.
DOS is good.
I remember running that on an old Power PC for a bit.
BOS? Oh, wow. Yeah.
I still run OpenDOS whenever I need to do like flash like PCI cards and stuff.
But it's the same situation. It's the same scenario with browsers. Firefox wasn't all that great when it first came out. Well, before that, it was just Mozilla.
Yeah.
Mozilla was okay, but it wasn't.
But Mozilla was based off of Opera, right?
Yes.
No. Mozilla was not based on Opera.
Was it?
Wait,
I thought it was.
You're talking about the old Mozilla. If you're talking
about old
Yeah.
school Mozilla.
The old Mozilla was based off of Opera. Wasn't it?
I thought the old Mozilla was based off Mosaic. I could be on crack.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Opera.
I thought it was Opera, but no, I could be wrong. But
Opera was after, I thought.
Opera's pretty old.
I don't know. I mean, let's put it this way: my graduating year is a good decade and a half past Charles's.
But hey, you still could have been playing around with it at home.
Yeah, we were on. I worked in a Linux environment. 2000 pre-financial crisis.
Okay. So, but
have to go to my millennial timeline.
Oh, according to Jack, I'm a millennial. So hi, brother.
It's not according to Jack because I was having an argument with one of my old military battles because he was like, you're a millennial, and then he showed me the article and I was like, motherfucker, I am not.
Hey, but he had that one article.
Yeah.
No, it was like link after link where it was like my birth year would make me one of the oldest millennials, and I was like, no, I am not. I do not recognize their bullshit.
I am one of the youngest millennials.
We don't care about you, young.
So what
That's
are the
because I'm a
people?
millennial.
So the people that was born in 2000, what are they?
2000 could be millennial, but usually that's Zoomer, Gen Z.
Yeah.
Z. Okay. So
The
2010.
cutoff is usually from like sometimes what I've seen it as is if you remember 9/11.
Yeah.
Now, if they were born in 2010, what are they? Gen what?
That's still Gen
Zoomer.
Z.
Yeah.
That's
Still
Gen Z.
Okay.
Gen Z is the current generation for anyone born from around 2000 to now.
Our latest talking about having a Mac and not going back, and I gotta admit, I pay way too much for my Mac, but I do like my Mac.
I'm not even gonna lie. I actually sold out. I just got a Mac.
How
You dumb chump.
By the way, I'm pretty sure later falls underneath the boomer category.
So the not boomer, Buck. Millennial category usually starts around 82-ish. I've heard it's kind of and then kind of goes to about 2000, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I'm not a millennial.
Yeah, I've seen it end at my birth year for millennial, but or start at my or end at my birth year for millennial, and then Zoomer or Gen Z goes after me.
Huh. Yeah.
Where
So
were
it's
you born,
great.
Cappy?
Mid 90s,
Okay.
95.
No,
give or take.
Yeah.
What's your birthday and last for your social, Cappy?
Oh, man.
8000135.
8675309.
Wait, no, Charles. He might not get that. He's a little too young.
No, fuck you.
He knows the God. Give him credit. Give the man some credit.
Never.
I get no credit. I get no respect. Done with this shit.
I ain't
I'm
get
out.
no respect.
Okay, right.
Now that might be before your time.
Oh, very much.
Yo. Oh my goodness.
Just to add on to the Zoom thing real quick, over 500,000 Zoom accounts are also being sold on hacker forums in the dark web.
I bet they are.
So, and there are some confirming images in the show notes of that link as well, which is a subset of that 0-day article. So,
You know what? You know what's funny today? I just broke down and watched like the first season of Mr. Robot today.
oh man, dude, I've been thinking about doing that again.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this looks similar. Feels similar. It's just that people are not in the street screaming F society right now. Well,
Some are.
Not as many people, and
Not
some
as
people
many.
get arrested for doing it.
yeah. So, give or take, what do you guys predict the timeline is going to be for this? I'm saying June.
For us to start going back to like what's
I
the
mean, slowly opening up. What you think?
end of May, like mid-May at
I
the
think-
earliest.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on the specific states too, though.
Mm-hmm.
New York, I don't see a chance in hell they'll be anywhere around June.
Yeah,
but-
DC is May. You're locked down until DC is locked down until like May 14th, and I just say weird because I'm just going to include Virginia in that lump sum.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, I don't know about Maryland. I don't know. Yeah, it depends, man. But yeah, we got another month. Which
At least, I think.
yeah, but for real, it honestly, it doesn't really. I'm not letting it get to me as well as you guys have seen on videos. So I'm just like using the time wisely. Like I just kind of you got to give yourself a schedule each day. Like I get up, my first thing is morning videos or whatever else, and then from there I got like a line of books. So how I've been doing my schedule is this: the morning time is blue teaming in the morning. Afternoon is red team stuff. So anything related to blue teaming materials and everything else, whether it's threat hunting, going through the book on malware analysis. I focus on that in the morning from 8 to 12. From 12 to like 4 or 5 is all red team offensive, anything related to offensive security. And that's how I've been kind of like balancing everything out, and I do that on daily. And it's helped tremendously. So when I look at something, I'm like, oh shit, how can I defend against this? And I'm in preparation for my talk for Who's Your Hacker Con, May 14th. Super amped. Back on my browser BS.
Yep, I got you. You lined up, and I think right after you, I have a Bill lined up. Bill Gardner.
Okay.
But yeah, Scott still needs me to find more people for him.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely amped about that. So, and it's just all like basic browser hacking. I'm throwing a little bit of beef in there. I'm actually throwing a research that I've done with, getting like languages like C# and Rust to work with WebAssembly. So you'll get to see some of that, how that's compiled, and what you can actually do with it. So it's going to be fun because a lot of folks don't really get the chance to really use beef like they can. Or due to a lot of, how pen tests are, it's like a week at least you get, for 2 weeks, that's it. So you don't really, if you're lucky, yeah. So you don't have a lot of time to play around with like beef or whatever if you're trying to do some fun stuff. So that's why I said back on my browser BS. It's all about hacking the browser, what you can do within the browser, and make it fun for yourself. So, so yeah, I got an hour worth of material. Yep.
Groovy.
So super amped about that. Also, we've been doing like the Hack the Planet streaming during the daytime on Thursdays, like kind of like a little lunch and learn scenario. So that's been going pretty well. So like I said, it's all what you do with the time. The ones that's complaining is the ones that's sitting on their butt not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones are complaining. Come on, man. I have not seen you complain. You've seen Twitter. I don't have to say much.
And I say some whacked up shit occasionally when I'm inebriated, but yeah.
You haven't been complaining. You've seen the complainers on.
And maybe not as much as some people, but yeah, I had a complaint the other day. I was like, even I have to delete this shit. When I delete a tweet, something went over the line.
But seriously, like a lot of this,
I have had one complaint complaining, like whining Twitter, and that was because of something that our president said, and that is it.
That's not even a complaint. That's an opinion.
It was very strongly worded complaint.
No. I guess like the stuff I've been seeing on my feed, and then I got like a message. Hey, can you? What did somebody sent me a GIF? I deleted. Sent me a GIF saying, "Can you please calm the noise down in the morning?" Like you don't have to watch me. I'm not in your house.
Yeah,
I'm not in your house.
Nice.
It's just your neighbor doing OSINT on you.
If you don't like upbeat videos with Nintendo characters appearing, then why the hell are you following Charles?
It's like,
thank you.
Yeah, and somebody trying to grab the loop. I mean, that's to be expected.
Lotion.
No.
Oh yeah, the lotion.
No.
It might have been. It was all off screen, so we have no idea.
That is true. We didn't get visual confirmation of that.
There was no lotion involved. I just want to let people know there's no lotion involved. It's just good old plain hype energy that you're going to feel.
It's just rough then, huh?
It's just all raw. It's good energy. Good energy.
Wait, Charles, don't you have a logo that is you at your desk?
Yeah.
You need to add a bottle of lotion on the corner of the desk now.
Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I miss is just being able to just travel to go to cons.
Yes.
I do miss that. that's about it. Like all this extra stuff that people whining about and all that, I'm like, stop it, because they didn't appreciate it before.
Yeah.
Now that it's not happening, now everybody's like, oh shoot, what is this and what's that? I'm like, it.
I was talking to some people last night because I think there's going to be a very, very high likelihood that DEF CON's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah,
I think some verbiage has already started going out for
it. It should. It's not.
But yeah, I guarantee there's still going to be people showing up for DEF CON though.
And they're perfectly welcome to do it.
Yeah.
And we'll be reading about some of them.
In a good or bad way, because
and I'm gonna be honest with you, in a bad way, because
12 hackers come home with coronavirus now exponentially adjusting the curve.
No, 10. No, hackers are now the hackers that went to DEF CON are now homeless because the wives or whoever they live with won't let them back in the house. Lots have been changed, and they'll be quarantined.
Yeah, the thing that gets me about
I'm thinking of canceling all the conferences I had scheduled this year. DEF CON is. I trust Dark Tangent to know if it's just not safe enough to do so. Look at this point, even if, let's say, a vaccine came out next month and it worked, too many people would still be spooked to attend DEF CON, and it's just, I don't even know if it'd be able to recoup costs.
Not even thinking about going.
I mean, think about it. What happens at every con? Well, at least somewhat sizable con. Con flu. Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how exponentially worse it would be?
That's not just a DEF CON thing. That seems like it's a lot of convention things.
And that's what I'm saying is that happens at most conventions, as long as you know there's say like 400 people or more.
That's a common thing for a SHOT Show, because that's also in Vegas too. Is every year you get the SHOT Show crowd coming home, you get sick with something.
Yep.
I got the con from DEF CON. I got hallucinations. I'm pretty sure I was a degree or two away from brain damage.
Interesting.
What?
Yeah, I was bedridden for like 3 or 4 days. I had visual and auditory hallucinations. I didn't take my temperature, but the only thing that made me feel better after day 4 was taking ibuprofen. So pretty sure it was a fever.
Yeah, you
imagine what DerbyCon would have been like this year if they still had it. Bugs and shit.
Ooh.
I'm going to become partly culturally Japanese for the next year or so. Be like bows and shit.
Yep.
Now, I like to hurt all of you guys, but I think instead I'm just going to, when I see y'all next, I'll be like, hi.
Be like, what? Hey, what up, dog? You know, hey, let's smack some elbows.
There's
it's probably going to be something like, oh.
Corona.
What was it the Japanese say? They say something like greetings.
Hi.
Hi.
Japan doesn't have nearly the problems that some of us other countries do. So,
well, they've started either doing just the bow, which is what they already do, but then they've also done the foot thing where they just like stick out each other's foot and then just like ankle to ankle
play
footsie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, there will be no DEF CON or Black Cat in my future. Not this year.
That's funny because this is the first year that I've been able to submit papers to cons.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I said, my travel plan, because I had to get my money back for KC, Kansas City.
Yeah.
For the flight, I got my money back.
That's good.
Because I was going to, like I said, my travel plans this year were, of course, Switch Hacker Con, besides coming to KC, besides KC. Well, of course, it was going to be DEF CON and DEF CON or Black Hat, whichever one our company decided to. So that was on the book. GurCon.
Yeah.
Secure West Virginia. Those were the cons that I was planning on going to this year. That was all like lined up. So
Probably best to offload my thought
Larry.
ticket.
Yeah,
What's that?
I best offload my ThoughtCon ticket while there's still buyers.
yeah,
If there were still buyers.
you might as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was already kind of soured when the keynote speaker was announced, but
Yeah.
after all this, it's kind of like, but no.
Well, did anybody see GrimCon yesterday?
No,
Oh,
heard
shit, no, I
about it, but
didn't.
got busy last night.
Yeah, it was okay. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dave talked at the end. He did the closing keynote.
Because they're primarily like auto hacking, right, Grim?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. So,
IoT is your big, is
Oh,
the
okay.
big thing.
but I mean, it was pretty decent. Had some decent stuff there. Gab Smash or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm saying the name right. But she did a talk on a mixture of biology and like cloud security. Well, a mixture of biology and security.
Yeah.
biotech.
Yes, I'm sorry. It escaped me. Yeah, biotech. Yes. But then she also kind of talked about a little bit about like her cloud security role that she's about to be doing. So it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then really that was really about it. Of course, the other keynote was Tara, the beginning, but I didn't see that one. So, and then I pretty much just listened to Dave's talk at the end. That was it. I didn't say pretty much, and people did the Cobalt. They had a Cobalt CPA. No, Cobalt, the programming link.
Oh, yeah, because it's actually coming back since all the states.
It's never gone away, dude.
Well, it's never gone away. Just
back up. Yeah.
People looking at it as an attack surface is definitely
And
coming
I think
back
as far
up.
as being a developer, I think it had its high point. Other than like in the 60s and 70s, there was a lot of boomers who made some retirement money in the late 90s on that.
Yeah, but too, like a lot of the states' unemployment systems and things like that still run on Cobalt.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ohio's.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nix.
Yeah, because there's nothing there to replace it. I mean, Cobalt in and of itself, even though I don't know how to write in it, it's a pretty irreplaceable language.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean that's not the thing. Trying to replace the language, replacing the functionality. That's and I guarantee that could happen. It's just if it will happen.
No, I mean it's all about who's gonna spend the money to go line by line and try to replicate it in say Python or.
Well, I mean, but you got to look right now. They're going line by line. At least here in Ohio, they are because their current system cannot come close to handling the influx of requests that have come in. I mean, we've had more requests come in for unemployment in the last month than we've had in 2 years. And the system was not at all designed to be able to handle that.
I have a friend from Ohio who still has not been able to try to get her unemployment benefits, and she just got coronavirus, so that's doubly good.
Ooh.
Well, she thinks she has it. She's living with someone who is exhibiting a lot of the symptoms, and unfortunately, she is also an at-risk person. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues is there's not enough testing yet, and there's not an antibody test yet, to my knowledge.
So the person she's living with that has the symptoms, they're not testing. She has diabetes, and they will not test her until she's exhibiting symptoms. And the third person they're with is immunocompromised, which I'm worried. I'm worried. Because they all are definitely cannot leave the house. So whatever the person one has, the other two are getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still really curious about how many people have gotten it and been exposed to it, but had very low symptoms or no symptoms.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna. You know what? I'm not even gonna think like that. Like, Hey, no symptoms. Okay, fine.
I still want to hear more about some of the, not because they're movie stars, but just because they're high profile. We know who they are. Various celebrities that came down.
Tom Hanks and stuff. Yeah, what's up with Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And those are the two most prominent ones I remember. And I don't remember who all else.
Babyface. Charles posted that one.
Yeah, Babyface. He's got it. And his family.
Oof.
Yeah. That would mess me up, man. You know, you got it, then your family, they got it from that. That would mess with me. Yeah. That's rough.
Yeah. Only high risk categories I have, I think, is more. I'm overweight, and I have type A blood, but then I've heard that's been debunked since the type A blood is not a major risk factor. Brother's a little worried. I'm a little worried about because he's got 100 pounds in me. He's a big lad.
Is your brother in the same state as you, or?
Oh yeah. He's here in Southern Indiana with me.
Okay.
He's different city, but basically very close by.
Okay. Well, at least y'all close by. Everybody can check on each other.
Yeah, he's furloughed. He has a government job, so he's furloughed. But we check up on Facebook from time to time. But we used to have all these every Tuesday meetings at this place called Richo's, or now New Albanian, and that hasn't happened in like a couple months.
Yeah. Got my Cuphead.
We have a couple of. We're going to be doing some meetings occasionally with some of the other guys we hang out with at the bar. But,
okay.
Last time it was just me and Big Nick. Two people we hang out with are Nicks. We'll have
is one a Tiny Nick?
Well, actually, Big Nick is the older Nick he's a Vietnam vet Marine. He always has Marine stories. His son is in the Navy, but is actually like 5-6 inches taller than his dad. But we still call him Little Nick because he's younger.
I like it.
Meow.
Yeah, little Nick is actually maybe a half an inch taller than I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Well, Charles got all warm.
Yeah, I did.
So what do we got in the show notes?
We've got the last thing on the show notes, which is the weekly bulletin, which is CISA's rundown of vulnerabilities that were released this past week, from critical to low. So go check that out and have fun. Patch your stuff if your stuff is affected.
Yes.
All right, let's BS for the next 8 minutes. That way we get a nice even 2 hours.
Okay.
A Dukin.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you're allowed to take off, Charles.
No, that did look kind of crazy. Oh, we're allowed to BS for the next 8 minutes?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there went Charles's pants. Good thing we're only seeing your upper body.
Yeah, if I ever move from YouTube to Pornhub, we can do that shit. But I don't know about YouTube.
Can we just, like, as a joke, just stream to Pornhub?
Can you direct stream to Pornhub? I mean, I know it has a community section, so let's find out.
I know someone was initially uploading all of his InfoSec videos to Pornhub.
Yeah. I mean,
I do remember hearing that.
But I think Pornhub banned his account eventually, unfortunately. Maybe he needs to just do it all in the nude.
Wait, we could definitely do ChatUbate. That does do streaming. I remember once I suggested as an alternative to YouTube because a bunch of hacker videos you can take down. I suggested BitChute.
Yeah.
And someone started whining about BitChute because they don't take down anything unless it's illegal. Which means, yes, you get some, let's just say, racial identitarian groups up on there.
Racially charged and stuff.
Racially challenged. Okay.
I'm like, welcome to a very low censorship platform. You're going to have that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And like the illegal stuff, do they take that down? Do they self-monitor? Or do they take it down after they've received like a judge's order?
I'm honestly not quite sure what the policies are. I've never seen porn on there, and I don't think I've seen stuff that really directly violates copyright in an outright way, like a complete movie or something.
Yeah.
Like they're probably less likely to censor, because sometimes YouTube videos get taken down if you just copy someone else's video and add commentary.
Yeah.
I don't think that happens on BitChute, but I'm not quite sure of the exact policies.
Okay.
Also, BitChute's not working well for me right now because of some videos I've uploaded to YouTube, but should automatically get mirrored to BitChute, and they haven't been.
Huh.
I try to put the videos I produce out in many places as I can.
Yeah. Spread the wealth.
Well, at least archive.org and YouTube, and BitChute was set to auto mirror, but it hasn't been doing that real well recently.
Sorry, I just went to BitChute for the first time. Some of these titles are hilarious. The world is burning. Let's memester bait COVIDiots 2 faith healer boogaloo.
Oh
Wow.
God! You know,
And it's Infowars, Corona Chan, and some preacher that I have no idea who his name is.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
BitChute is still a bit of the Wild West, which is why some people hate it. But I mean,
Oh, that's amazing. God, it's like the internet all over again. This is awesome.
like Fat Life.
Dude, it's like YouTube, like old YouTube.
Yeah. Ah, the fun
There's
days.
not nearly enough copyright infringement for it to be old YouTube.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's old YouTube.
Yeah, I remember the original YouTube. There was you on the movie. You searched for it, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of what we now call shit posting. So, and what we now call memes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I forget, it was like 1 or 2 years before it. How long into its history before it just got sanitized?
Whenever Google bought it.
There was a little bit of time for Google.
I'd say it was, before Google bought it, because them sanitizing probably got Google to the place where they would actually acquire it.
a lot of YouTube censorship is also soft censorship. Like you might be able to post the video, but you can't monetize it. And there's a few people that have been kicked off the platform. Like Soph was interesting. A very foul-mouthed 14-year-old girl who talked about politics.
Yeah. I remember, speaking of very young children involved in politics, I recently read an article about a 13-year-old boy who apparently was leading part of a white nationalist group.
Okay.
Like, it's like, you got to wonder the interaction of his parents. Like, go away, Mom, I'm building a white ethno state.
Oh, man, you know what?
You know, whenever you said that about the kid, I'm just thinking, yeah, and the funniest part about it, he's a black kid.
I don't know if it was the 4chan type. It was, and it would be a black kid. But
Is Kazi still on YouTube?
I don't know who that is.
Well, Black Hitler's what people call him is. He's kind of a black nationalist.
Yeah.
Don't
And
know.
he's very
Craziness.
he's a very he is a homosexual gentleman, but he doesn't like to use the term homosexual because supposedly that's something that white people created. He calls himself same-sex loving.
Same gender loving.
This is my memory of Kazi. I may be mispronouncing his name.
Same gender loving.
Same gender loving is what he would call, yes, because he doesn't identify as gay because gay is apparently a homosexual is a white term, so he has to identify as same-sex loving.
Whatever, man.
He actually does have a bad sob story about one of his friends who was killed when he was younger, but he's gone. He's Kazi's out there.
Oh man, just went down some. BitChute's like the. It just reminds me of what I used to do. Just get down this really, big rabbit hole. It's just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Is there like a lot of QAnon stuff on BitChute?
Probably.
That sounds like the perfect place for it. That's easily accessible by the public, you know?
The what anon?
QAnon,
Oh,
the Q stuff. Yeah.
probably. Yeah, probably.
I mean, I thought that movement was pretty much dead until one of my Facebook friends posted something about it, and I was like, it's still going on.
Yep.
Apparently, 8chan or 8kun or whatever the hell it's called now has kind of been the source of like the originator of all this stuff for a long while. And
Right,
just, I don't know how they got so many fucking middle-aged housewives and people in their mid to late 50s to buy into this. It's just so fucking weird
Oh,
to see.
South Park explained it. South Park explained it.
They explain Q?
They did. Hang on.
Really?
I missed that episode.
South Park trolling diagram. There we go.
Oh, the trolling episode.
The Trevor's axiom. It
No,
I'll put it in chat. It's Kazi Kodzo. Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
All right,
with the whole
Not that I'm
QAnon,
endorsing him. I'm just saying he's.
Yes, I see the Trevor's axiom, but it's one thing to see it. It's another thing to see people under 50s calling themselves anons.
oh gosh.
Well, is it any worse than 40-year-olds saying I stand somebody?
That you what?
Yes, because at one point I saw a woman who looked like she was in her early 50s with a cat in her shoulder call someone a fag.
Okay.
I'm done. I can't fucking take it.
I remember one time, and I said what I was going to do in the talk. I was giving a talk in like 2010 on Anonymous. I'm like, all right, this is the language these people use. New fag, old fag, mole fag, and so forth. And I just used the language they use on the chans to describe it. I wasn't, trying to use it in a detrimental way to people. But I think someone said something about why Mr. Crenshaw's talk was well researched. It was wholly inappropriate.
Well, with the wholly inappropriate topic, what do you expect?
Yeah.
At least you didn't get the Quinn Norton treatment.
What happened to Quinn Norton? I forget.
She was for a period of time, I think, going to be hired by the New York Times or something. Then her old reporting on Anonymous came to light, where she apparently went very deep into the not chanology. I don't know, the non-ops IRC channel and a few of the groups that spawned out of that. And a lot of her reporting and all the chat logs that came out had her using the word fag or faggot.
Oh, shit.
So
there's that one Asian lady who was saying all sorts of crazy racist shit, and she still got hired. What was her name?
Sarah
Zhang, yes.
Yeah. Although my understanding is that she got unhired when her employers interpreted one of her tweets as someone advocating to unsubscribe from the New York Times.
Yeah, I think by that point they were just looking for an excuse.
Possibly. All I know is that while her reporting on technology issues is for years been spot on, and she's been able to, for the most part, separate culture from technology, she herself is a very, very unpleasant individual, to put it mildly.
That sucks. Well, on that bombshell, Adrian, it's 3 past the hour.
All right, folks. Hope to catch you all next Wednesday. I am going to end the cast at this point, but I'll leave our little hangout going. And if I find the right tab, everybody, check you out next Wednesday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, everyone.
Bum, 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 bum,
What about